All right, folks, fresh out the Goodwill, and we got this, I believe it's an artificial hip joint or a leg joint, but either way, it's medical, and it's been in someone's body, and it's used. Got it at the Goodwill for $1. All right, guys, this doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I get excited. So what you're looking at is a antique Edgefield double handle jug. It probably had sorghum in it. These were made by slaves, and this piece here is worth $4,000 to $5,000 roughly. I picked it up this morning. It was a private buy. I got a really good deal. I still had to pay up, but I got a really good deal. This is the first mint condition double handled example that I've had an opportunity to purchase. It is quite a beautiful piece. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. That's as nice as it gets, unless it had a name on it, and then we'd be rich. But if you ever find anything like this and you're in the South, contact me. I pay very, very fair, and would love to have more of these if you find them. Probably won't, but if you do, I'm your guy. So, a little bit of information. Edgefield double handle, worth $4,000 to $5,000, made in the 1820s to 1840s in Edgefield, South Carolina. So, this is my day after the snow find, and I am super excited. Tune in next time, see what else we find. All right, we're doing a porch pick here with Mr. Chuck, and he's got quite an eclectic mix. I'm paying him for this pile. I got the JP coats, I got this Greenville box, some Grateful Dead and some artwork, and a mixture. $260 Mr. Chuck said he wanted. Sound good to you, Mr. Chuck?
That sounds good to me.
All right, so we're gonna pay the man, and maybe later, if y'all want, y'all can find this stuff on the internet.
I like the metal glass.
They are cool, man. They make it fun. All right, there's 160. Count that, make sure that's right. And there's another 100. That gives us 260.
All right.
All right, that's a done deal. And as always, a good handshake.
That's right.
I appreciate you, Chuck.
I appreciate you, and I keep my eye out for this stuff.
Always. All right, guys, this was also from the pick with Mr. Chuck, and as you can see, it has become part of our decor. That is the spool cabinet, which is really neat. Normally, it would have had spools of thread inside this box, so the wife has clearly claimed it. And then also sitting on top, I'm pressing it flat. This was one of the paper pieces that y'all did not see. Kind of neat. It's called the Grace Line, and it was given to people that took a ship across the equator. And those sell for like $30, $40. But we're going to try to press this line out of it so we can sell it. So, there you go. All right, guys. Y'all saw the pick with Chuck. So, real quick, we're just going to go over what all we bought. We got this local box, Greenville, South Carolina bakery. I looked this name up, and it came up in the 1840s this guy was alive. So this is a late 1800s box. This is literally a piece of local history. It's probably going to sell for a lot of money. I would guess $400 to $500, maybe more. Got this cool Coca-Cola crate. We've got an original Grateful Dead. This is a thick cardstock poster, so it's not just like a paper poster. And then we've got this here I just thought was cool. It's German-American War of 1917, and it's got all the list of names of people that were in the war. That's really just historically significant and probably worth a little bit of money. This is an original layout of the screen print that the guy was going to make for this work. So this is what was in his head and what was going on, and then this was the final product. This is non-licensed Coca-Cola. This is a one-of-a-kind that this gentleman made, and I've got the original to go with it. That makes that very valuable. So we got those. And then his last name was Piper. He also did screen printing, and he also did like geometric style art. So I've got several copies of this. It looks like I have probably all 13. I have at least 13 over there. I've got some green, I've got some red. You know, this geometric art like this, it's hard to say what it'll sell for, but it's literally one of a kind. You're not going to find it anywhere else. I'm going to control the market on all of this. This gentleman passed away. He was a kayak guy. He was like super into kayaks and outdoors life. If you were in the North Carolina area at the time, you probably recognize his name. I want to say it starts with a D. We'll know here in just a second because there's one of these that has his name on it. Let me find it. Let's pull that one out. And then I have one of these framed and I now have several of them not framed, which is kind of cool. Jeez, where's the little one? There it is. Donnie Piper. So, there's one of his originals, trash cans with the cafe. Donnie Piper, 1966. He was a very active artist and also a very active outdoors guy. Like I said, he loved the National Forest. He loved kayaking. So we got all of his original art. And then, of course, in the mix is some stuff that's not original or whatever, mass-produced. This is probably one of those. Methane Studios, limited of 156, the Long Riders. That's probably pretty good. And then we've got a couple of his originals. This is one of his original works. Really cool. And then this original work kind of goes with it. Kind of the same mantra going on there. So it's kind of cool. Both of those are his work. And then right here we've got a early 1902. Oh, hold on. Right here we've got a 1902 Masonic poster, which is really cool. And then here we've got an original Clemson University for Deep Purple. And then right here we've got a 1974 Grateful Dead Hollywood Bowl. This is the Wall of Sound. And then if you flip it over, this is the setup of the rig, who's playing what and what they're playing, while they're playing. Pretty interesting. That's probably a pretty valuable piece. So a couple other pieces that I put into the house that we kept, a spool chest and some other small pieces. So that's a quick preview of most everything that I got that was Donnie Piper's.